Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
So it's beautiful outside.
Oh, I know. I love it.
And I was walking over here and I thought, it is so nice. Like I almost said it out loud. And then I saw a man walking right by me, but he was walking his dog. So it wasn't anything.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't anything suspicious, but it was like, I forget, like now that it's warm weather out, people are going to be out. It was so shocking. I was like, oh my God, what is that guy doing? Like, walking his dog like
Normal.
he should. It's fine.
Normal behavior.
Yeah, but I thought, ooh, creepy things are about to start happening again on our walkover, or my walkover.
Yeah.
Remember how you used to walk over to my house and I'd
Right.
walk over to your house, but now it's just your house.
I was always afraid of the black-eyed kids.
Yes, yeah. So now the weather is now getting warmer where creepy things could happen.
They could be out more.
Yeah.
It could happen. Well, speaking of creepy things, so I watched a TikTok the other day.
Okay.
Sorry to bring it up all the time.
No,
But
hey, listen, they're growing on me a little bit. I don't like to get on TikTok, but I
Yeah.
like people sending me TikToks.
oh, okay, that's good to know.
Mhm.
So this part is not at all funny.
Okay.
But it's very informative. So maybe
Okay.
it will help. I watched a TikTok where it said, there's a new trend happening where you'll get a wrong number from somebody, like an obviously wrong number.
Mm-hmm.
And you respond, like it might be like, hey, want to meet up later? Or it might be like, hey, I remember when I met you, whatever, some kind of wrong number.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what you respond with. But if you respond, like people with bad intentions can ping your location and they're using it for
Oh.
sex trafficking.
Oh,
Horrible.
man, that's awful.
Horrible and terrible. Well, I was just thinking, man, I need to talk to my daughter about this and how she should
Yeah.
not respond to any text that she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
When I got a text tonight from a number I did not know, and it's a number from my old area code,
Mm-hmm.
which usually if I know you from that area code, you're in my phone. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna have an unknown number from that area code. So at first I'm like, oh no, here it is. I'm getting sex trafficked right now. This is what they're trying to do. I'm on to them. I was like so ready.
You
Like,
were on
oh
alert.
My gosh. But it was a TikTok.
Mm.
Somebody sent me a TikTok
okay.
and it said, isn't this creepy? Don't you have a ghost podcast? And I was like, holy hell. These sex traffickers are so good.
They've done their research.
Oh,
they are
my
committed.
Gosh. Yes. So I just I broke the rule and wrote back, who is this?
Ping. There goes Aaron.
No, but I was like, what? I am kind of interested, actually. Like, I am curious. I'm not interested in being sex trafficked. I'm interested in finding out if I know this person. They know too much.
Oh, man.
Turns out my friend just got a new number and forgot to tell me. I was like, oh my
whoops.
gosh, you jerk. But also, how do you only think I have a ghost podcast, you jerk face?
Yeah, right. You have, that clearly you have not been listening to that ghost podcast.
I'm onto you. I'm onto you.
Oh, that's hilarious. What did you say back to her?
I wrote, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's you. I thought I was being sex trafficked. She wrote back, what?
Yeah, that's a far leap.
Yeah, well, you never know. You can't be too cautious.
Man, that's hilarious. Sex trafficking is not, for the record, is not hilarious.
No,
at all.
Not at all.
The fact that you thought there was a chance you could be, and you're still like, okay, what's going on here? Is mildly funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I don't know how to segue into this. You got anything to segue gently into TV shows you've been watching from there?
I was going to tell you about books tonight.
Oh, okay, Anna, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Here's the weirdest thing I've ever read in a book.
Ooh, tell me.
Started this book called Ugly Love. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I give it 2 stars tops.
Oh, okay.
Didn't love it.
I won't waste my time then.
Yeah, good.
That's why.
I know you were about to pick it up. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't pick it up because she makes a brief reference to her only love before, whose name was Blake. And I thought that was interesting.
Yep, interesting, and would be so weird for me. That's my stepson's name.
And then she moves on to meeting the lead, whose name is Miles.
Oh, how weird.
I know, it gets weirder. About 3/4 of the way through, they're like starting to get to know each other a little bit more. And he asks her what her middle name is, and I don't remember. And she says, what's your middle name? And he says, Mikkel, but people always get it wrong, and they call me Michael.
Which is Miles
Michael. Are you kidding me?
Is this woman trying to sex traffic me? Has this author been following my life and using my names? That is so weird.
It was very weird.
Yeah. Is that why you didn't like it? You think you would like better if different names? were
Maybe.
there?
No, I didn't like it because I think the lead wasn't developed enough and she was
Ah.
kind of boring. And I was like, I don't know why this guy loves her so much. I'm bored to death.
Hey, not that boring people can't be loved,
No. But like,
but why?
but why? Why?
Ah,
I just found nothing
wrong.
interesting about her. I did start a new book tonight, and I think it's the scariest book I've ever picked up in my life.
Scarier than Chainsaw Love.
Oh, what was
Hmm.
that called? Is that what that was called?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's way scarier.
Okay, what is it called?
It is called Behind Closed Doors.
Oh, did they make a movie of this?
I don't know. I don't think so. But if so, I want to watch it.
Huh.
I'm not even halfway through it. I'm terrified.
Really? Are you reading it or is it Audible?
It's on Audible. It's on the Libby app.
Oh, that's so. I bet that's really scary.
It is awful. My only complaint so far is that she's got a sister who's got Down syndrome, and every once in a while you hear from the sister, and I'm like, oh, they've never met anyone with Down syndrome because they make her talk like she's like a toddler.
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
well, that's absolutely not
Right.
necessarily
right.
the case by any means, but
Mhm.
but like the stakes are so high,
Mm.
and at first, like I can't even go into detail because when I first started it, I was like, this is predictable. I know exactly what's happening. And by like the second chapter, I was like,
Ooh.
oh my gosh. I was sitting in gymnastics watching Penelope, listening to through my headphone, and I kept going,
Such a good mom.
oh my gosh, I was so terrified. And the lady next to me kept looking at me. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm listening to a book. You're actually watching this? You're being present for your kid? That's weird.
Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you. Every time I learn every like new bit, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, damn. I'm going to have to listen to this one.
I know. If you don't, though, I can't wait to ruin it for you.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
shoot.
No. If you should listen to it.
Okay.
It is riveting. I feel like I could stay up all night and finish it tonight.
Wow.
I cannot wait to find out how
there you go,
this
Anna.
resolves.
There's a good book rec for you. She wouldn't give me one tonight. I asked her if she had one. She wouldn't give me one. She was like, I'm done with my segment. I'm now blind. I can't read. I was like, you're a liar.
Well, Audible. Hello.
Yeah. There you go.
I really, for some reason, like it's been in my Libby app and it's like, you only have 7 days left. You better get on it. And I kept like, I don't even want to start this one. I think because I thought it was going to be so predictable.
Yeah.
It is so not predictable.
Cannot judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Because I was judging it by its cover. Turns out.
Well, like we said before, you can totally judge a book.
No, because I was not reading
right.
it because I thought it looked boring.
Shoot. Man, who knows? That is a tricky little saying.
It's very tricky. 1 week it's accurate and 1 week it's not.
That's right.
It's up to you to figure out what week we're in.
It's a toss-up.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay, well, so my little bit that I was going to do, this is totally a bit, but that I was thinking of was we started 1883 with our sexy man, Sam Elliott.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no interest.
So old in it. Okay, I didn't really either. I was kind of like, Well, also because we tried to start that Yellowstone that everybody's really into. It's like a cattle ranch, whatever. Like there's a whole ton of people that are really into this.
No idea. I had to think for a minute because I was like, I love Yellow Jacket. Is that what you're talking about? But I couldn't remember the name.
I think it's called Yellowstone, but I might totally be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, there's some rancher show right now. And this is like the prequel to that.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I was like, nope, don't want to see it because we tried that one. It was so boring. Other people like it. I did not find it interesting at all.
I bet that girl from that book loves it. Ugly Love, she's like, it's my favorite show.
Yeah, because I'm so boring. Oh my gosh. Unless you're listening and it's your favorite show, I'm sure you're
She was a fictional character. It's nobody's favorite show.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, but we started it and it is something, I can always sci-fi shows before I met James, wasn't really into them, but if they have a good storyline, I can get hooked that way. Like,
okay, so this is a sci-fi show.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm also not into Westerns.
Yeah.
But if they have a good enough storyline.
Yeah.
And this one does. It follows more of a cowgirl.
Okay.
Right? So you're following, like, how she becomes a cowgirl. And that's interesting,
okay.
like, but like how she's young. And let me tell you, I thought parenting was hard, and it is. It is very hard. Like daily, I'm like, what world do I live in? That
Right.
this is my now full-time job of parenting
That you don't get paid for.
that I don't get paid for. And also, I totally call them shifts when I'm at home. Like I'm on shifts when I'm at home.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
go to work, I'm off. It's like this is the easiest part of my day. So until I watch the show, and then I'm watching the show and how parenting must have been like in 1883.
Oh, no.
And it is, I mean, it puts everything in perspective. You're like, at least I'm not like having to mold my children and teach them their morals ways on the back of a wagon while like pulling them up before they get run over by the wheel.
Yeah, but also like there was more risk involved. I feel like they would probably be more responsible.
Oh yeah, the kids. That's
Yeah,
true.
I feel like the kids would be better.
And
back then.
also, like, what do we have that's exciting? We have to fold laundry. Like,
Yeah.
that's not very exciting. We need something to distract us. Never mind. You're right. You talked me through this. 1883 is the time to
and
raise
back
kids.
then you could be like, go out and plow that field for 9 hours, kid.
You have to do it. And you're right. And God forbid something bad happened to him. You're like, it's 1883.
Yeah.
What did you expect from me?
Right. I did the best I could.
It's the world we live in.
Oh, my gosh.
True. You're
Yeah.
right. Man, they're living the dream. Okay. What? Well, thanks. We worked through that issue of mine.
You're welcome.
Totally thought I was going to go in a different direction there, but nope, you're right. Yeah, parenting was way easier back when life was way harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, it's a really good show.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a little late to the game. In fact, the only reason why we tried it was because when we mentioned Sam Elliott,
Yeah.
so many of our listeners were like, oh, 1883. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to go back and try that. So it is good.
Okay.
Sam Elliott, classic. Old though, golly, he's so old. God love him.
Yeah, he is. He's an old man.
But he's still a great actor. Like he's doing his thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good for Sam Elliott.
Oh, and you know who the leads are?
Who?
I don't know if this will sway you. When I found out, I was like, ooh, I don't even know if I want to turn it on, which I don't know why I felt that way. It's always weird when you
so
hear
excited.
something. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Oh,
How
I
does
think
that,
that makes me want to watch it more.
isn't that interesting? For me, it was like, they're just not going to act very well together. I don't know why.
Yeah. Tim McGraw's a great actor. He's been a lot of
Yeah,
things.
and they're married in the show. And they do a brilliant
on.
job. Like
Oh, it's
it's
really
a
walking.
really believable marriage. A brilliant job. Like it's as if they know what it's like to be married to one another.
Are they just sitting there bored next to
Okay.
each other all the time?
No, Aaron, because they're on a wagon.
Oh, that's right.
It really is like Oregon Trail. Like that's what
Yeah.
it is. It's the whole like trek.
I love
Oh.
that game so much.
Yes, dysentery. Like
Yeah, not the dream being on the actual Oregon
the
Trail,
dream of
not the dream,
dysentery.
but the dream of getting to computer lab in
Mhm.
elementary school, and they're like, "We're playing Oregon Trail." I was like, "Yeah."
I died every time of dysentery.
Oh, yeah.
Like how every single time. That's the only thing that can kill me. A rattlesnake. How can I not get that once in a while?
Come on, come on,
Whatever.
Come
But
on,
yeah,
snake, bite me.
it's good. It's a good show. Try
All
it
right, okay, I'll give it a shot.
out. Okay, this is one of those stories that you read it, and then you're like, oh, it's good. And then you sit on it for a minute and you think, and you're like, holy shit, this is a good one.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like a fine wine at first taste. I don't know something. I'm trying to say other than it's just the more I think about it, the more perplexed I am.
It's like those Parmesan Crisps
Ooh,
crackers.
okay.
That the first time you eat them, you're like, "Ooh, this is weird." Not ooh, but ooh, weird.
Yeah.
And then the more you
Yeah.
eat them, you're like, "I want this whole bag."
Yeah.
And now I had those on Thursday, and I can't
Uh-huh.
stop thinking about how much I need to buy those and have those in my house.
Oh man, now that you talk about them, I wish we had some right now.
I
Oh
know.
man, they are so good.
They're so good. They're so
good.
salty. That's probably why I like them.
I like to make.
We started out
I
strong.
know we did, but I like to make roasted vegetables, and every time I do it, I'm like, oh, they're perfect just the way they are. But they'd be even better with a little bit of Parmesan,
Yeah.
and then put back in the oven.
Oh,
And my favorite parts, and I won't. This is
Oh.
okay. I'm admitting a lot here.
okay.
I'll serve up all the vegetables to the family, and I'll leave those
Oh, the burnt cheese.
best little burnt cheese
My
parts,
favorite.
but I leave them till after dinner.
Yeah.
And I gotta clean. I'm like, look, if I have to clean this shit up,
yeah, it's my treat.
That's my treat. Y'all go on, do your thing. Don't look this way. Yes.
Don't you look at me.
Don't you look at me while I'm peeling off the burnt cheese and eating it. It's delicious and I will enjoy it while you all are gone.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I support that 100%.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you.
Okay, back to the story.
Knew I could trust you for your support in my secretive cheese eating habits.
Oh, now I'm going to tell you the most embarrassing thing I've ever been caught doing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What is it?
Okay. Oh, sorry. This is such a tangent. So when I worked at a little restaurant when I was like 16, it was a little mom and pop shop. But anyways, we had like coffees and pastries.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with one other kid at a time who I kind of thought was kind of cute, whatever. At the time, whatever. And I went to go like put the knife that we had cut this big chocolate cake with in the sink. And as I was dipping it, like getting it close to the water, I thought, that's a lot of good chocolate icing right there.
A lot. Don't leave that go. Don't let that go to waste.
Nobody's touched it with their mouth. I've been using it all night to cut pieces of cake,
and you're not gonna then go back and cut with that knife.
No,
it's done.
I'm washing it. I'm putting it in the wash right now.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with this at this point.
I had put it down in the sink where you could no longer see my hands, but it hadn't touched the water.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm going to get some of this chocolate. So I scooped off some of the icing and I put it in my mouth right when that kid walked into the back and he was like, did you just put that in the soapy water? Like the dirty soapy water and then eat it? And I was like, no, it had not touched the water yet. But I was like, I never want to see you again.
No.
I've never... I think that's my most embarrassing moment. I can't believe I just told you on air.
Your face is red.
He never talked to me again. Like, it was always so awkward.
No.
It was so awkward from that point on.
What a judgmental
He
dick.
was a total dick.
Ugh.
If you're listening right now, I don't even like it that much.
Quit listening to our podcast. Tell your friends about us. But you can go on, sir.
That's right. Goodbye.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
Yeah, because he's like, sure you didn't.
Right. I know. I was like, I mean, I've had this body since 5th grade. I've been like a chunky little thing since 5th grade.
Same, girl.
Oh,
fine.
my gosh.
But you know what? I wish we had the balls to turn like, what if I did? Motherfucker.
Right. That would have been way better.
Then he would have been like, oh, all right. Like, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, it would have been better.
He probably would have respected you more and been like, badass right there, easing that chocolate out some soapy dishwater.
I was so embarrassed. Okay, back to the story.
Okay, what were we talking about? Okay,
the story. The only reason we've gone on this whole spiel.
That's right. Stories. That's why we have this podcast. It
starts out mild, and then you keep thinking about it. That's
my gosh, what a weird tangent I made that. I'm so sorry, Emily. The author's name's Emily, by the way.
Okay,
and I don't know that they're a listener, so welcome.
Well,
so sorry.
I've been talking to Emily because Emily and I have been talking about the fact that she might be wanting to start a podcast soon. So we've been talking back and forth a little bit. So she's gone back and started listening after this request.
Does she like tangents?
I hope so.
Okay. Well, they will not take away from your story. We are now here. We're fully present.
Yes. No more stories. No more asides.
We can promise you that nothing. We can't promise you.
I was like, golly.
Nothing. We're not going to promise anything. Okay. Hold on. Story 1. By the way, Emily, she did her homework. She has 3 stories she's given us.
Nice.
We're going to read 2 of them tonight, and then we're going to save the 3rd one for another time.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, and also, thank you, Emily, says she, her.
Perfect.
Story 1. I was in about 6th grade when my mom and I moved into a new house during the summer. It has an in-ground pool, so I was in it a lot that first summer. After I got done swimming, I always hung my bathing suits over the shower curtain. One day, I can't find my bathing suit anywhere. It's not on the shower curtain rod, not in the laundry room, not in my dresser. I end up just getting a new one and forgetting all about it. Fast forward to the end of the summer, and I'm still unpacking boxes from our move. Okay, so the move from the other house.
Okay.
I tear the tape off of this box in my room and start putting stuff away. And what do I find at the bottom of this previously unopened box? My swimsuit.
Oh.
To make it even weirder, it was bleached from the chlorine and smelled god-awful because after I had used it, I never got a chance to rinse it out.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? I told you it's building, but you're like letting it... You're like, oh, well, it could have just been like you thought you had that bathing suit out.
But yeah, no, it wouldn't have smelled like chlorine like that.
I have no idea how this can be explained away. We didn't have a pool at our previous house, and before this house, I didn't even know how to swim, so I wasn't going to any pools.
Huh.
How was this used swimsuit at the bottom of an unopened box from my previous residence when I had used it just weeks prior?
That is weird.
Like a Parmesan crisp.
Like a Parmesan crisp. That's weird, like a Parmesan crisp.
I know, right?
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, it starts off like, oh, I can explain that. Okay. Like
Yeah.
as I was reading, I was
Try.
like, oh yeah, I got this. I got it. And then as she kept going, I was like, oh no. Oh no, I don't think I can explain this Parmesan in my mouth.
I don't like that we're talking about a used bathing suit. Wow.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, how do we explain that one?
Girl, it's not my job.
Oh yeah. Shoot. I was looking for a little bit of help right there. Oh man. I mean, okay.
Okay, go for it.
Just honestly, if maybe that swimsuit really had been used somewhere. Like I know but why would you have a swimsuit if you don't ever swim anywhere?
Right.
Right. So maybe she had that swimsuit before the move. And then
Well,
like
she
in the
must have.
hustle of the move, right, she had it and maybe she actually had gone somewhere that she's not really remembering. Like maybe she did go to a friend's house or maybe she did go play out into like, I don't know, in a sprinkler with it or something.
It wouldn't have smelled like chlorine with a sprinkler.
Oh, but maybe it would have spelled mildew or something and then she's just not, yeah, I don't know. But maybe there is a slight chance that it's just kind of like one of those like you're just forgetting an experience where that swimsuit, and maybe it was a swimsuit that was often in like rotation somehow, and so you thought I don't know.
Except
I don't
that
know.
she hadn't
I'm
often
telling you, I'm
been
spinning.
swimming. She hadn't often been swimming.
Right.
Like
I know.
it's one thing,
if you're an
in the
avid
summer we
swimmer.
go all the time. I could be like, I could see my kids being like, no, I swear I just wore that yesterday. And be like,
Right.
no, we wore this one.
Right.
But no, she says, no, before this, I rarely ever went swimming.
I don't know. Okay. So as a believer, how would you explain that? You think a ghost would have done that? Or what would have done that?
Like,
or how would that have happened?
Why would they have done it?
Yeah. Why would that have happened?
Other than just letting these new people know, hey, you're not just the only one here. I mess with you somehow tangible that you cannot explain.
Wow, that's calculated.
They're like, ooh, I got a Megan. There's a Megan living here. I need to make this undebunkable.
I need to make this a Parmesan crisp like there's no other. I don't know. That is strange.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You got a good story on your hands. Ah, man. I'm like, that's a UFO for me. That's
okay.
That's a really good one. Yeah, it's a UFO. I'm going to call it.
Oh, I love a UFO.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. All right. So now you're going to go.
Oh, okay. Well, that was so quick.
Yeah, they're quick. They're quick little stories, but you got a long one. I hope.
That's exactly what she said.
Not even right. It's not even right.
Oh my God.
Oh no. That was so bad.
That was so good. Okay. Oh my gosh.
I stepped right into that.
Okay.
Gather yourself. Okay.
Okay. So I do have a long one. This one is from Chelsea. She has written in before, but she's going to remind us of that story, or at least the episode, especially. I'll remind you of the story once we get there.
Okay.
So it says, good morning, sisters, which good night.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm. Me again, Chelsea, she, her. I'm the one who wrote in the horribly sad and slightly less horrible sad stories that Aaron read in episode 56.
Do you remember what episode 56 was?
I don't remember what the title was, but I remember her story because I think it was her husband's cousin.
Oh, and the railroad.
Like, yeah, hit by a train.
God, that's awful. Yeah.
I know, it was awful. It was really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also the one who made Aaron attempt to read. I don't know how I feel about the attempt. No, I'm kidding. Attempt to read the intro in my last story in Robin Williams' voice of Good Morning, Vietnam.
You killed it.
Then she wrote, Dance Puppet.
I love her.
Chelsea, I thought I liked you. Whatever.
Oh, I love you, Chelsea. I love it. I love it.
All jokes. This time, I bring you a story that is neither horrible nor sad. It is, however, very creepy. So top off your glass and enjoy.
Ooh, hold on. I got to follow directions.
Puppet.
Always. Oh, yeah, dance. I'll be your puppet anytime you want to tell me to top off a glass. Okay, there you go. Dancing.
When I was about 14, my mom and my stepdad at the time got a divorce. So my mom and I moved into a house next door to my grandparents. We knew the landlord fairly well, so he gave my mom a small discount on the rent. I've always been very close to my grandparents, still am to this day, so it was nice to be able to go to their house whenever I wanted. They were right there and willing to take me to school if I missed the bus. So my mom, who worked full-time and went to school,
Wow.
didn't have to worry about me getting to school on time. Living in that house was very convenient for all of us, but there was a catch. It was creepier than fuck. We lived in that house for 2, maybe 3 years, so these experiences all spread out over that time and are in no particular order. I always remember being really creeped out by the basement. Naturally, the washer and dryer were down there, so I had to go downstairs often. The stairs leading down to the basement were the kind with gaps between each stair, and I always felt as though someone was standing under the stairs ready to grab my ankles at any second.
That's how my stairs are now.
I know.
Ooh.
But then she writes, yes, Megan, I know that was probably my imagination, but that isn't the paranormal part. Hold your horses.
Well, I was just going to say, come on, girl. You're better than that.
There is a closed-off area with a door down there, kind of behind the stairs. I never looked to see what was in there because it creeped me out so badly. I spent as little time in the basement as possible. Okay, so the scene is set for the basement. Now for the paranormal shit. On one particular day, I needed to do laundry, so I gathered up my clothes and the courage to go downstairs. It was midday, and the bright sunlight beamed through the basement window. Initially, I wasn't too creeped out. Nothing scary happened in the middle of the day, right?
Right.
It says in all caps.
I'm agreeing with you, Chelsea. Right. Damn.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just using.
Wrong. As I was putting my first load of laundry in the washer, the basement air suddenly went cold.
Ooh.
Every hair on my body stood straight up, and the door at the top of the stairs slammed shut. I finished getting my clothes started because apparently it was super important that I did laundry that day.
Yeah, get it done, girl. I hear you.
And sprinted up the steps and out the door. I started convincing myself that the draft blew the door shut. Even though there were no fans or air conditioning on, no windows were open, I was home alone, etc.
Although a draft would explain the cold air.
It would, except that where's that draft coming from?
Somewhere we don't know.
Yeah, the paranormal, the other side.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Like another room in the house that has a window that we don't know about.
No.
In the basement.
No windows. No windows were open.
That she knows about. It could be like a big crack right underneath that gap of that first stair, which of course you would not see. Sorry, I'm debunking this early. But she told me to top off my glass. It's her fault. Okay, so, and then that gush of wind comes from there, but you can't see it because it's right underneath that gap of that. Okay, go ahead.
So in that closed off room she never goes to under the stairs? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that could, because she's never gone in there, she doesn't realize that it's not just one little room. It's a big room underneath there that has an open window, or it has some sort of something in there.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, go in there and figure it out. I don't know what to tell you.
She is not old enough. Okay.
Quit arguing with me, Chelsea. I don't know what to tell you. Just kidding.
The only way I was going to go back down there and finish the never-ending chore that is laundry was if I could convince myself there was a logical explanation. So that's what I did. I heard the washer finish and gathered up my next load of clothes. I went downstairs feeling someone or something's eye on me.
Ew.
I switched the clean clothes to the dryer and started putting the dirty ones in the washer. It was at this point that I saw in my peripheral vision the darkest shadow I have ever seen materialize. Ooh, I hate that. In the corner of the room. I didn't want to look at it. Every single fiber of my being, every cell in my body was screaming at me not to look. So what did I do?
Looked.
I turned to look.
What was it?
No.
What was it?
I don't know what it was. I didn't get a good look at it because it happened so fast.
Shit.
But as soon as I turned toward it, whatever it was flew straight at my head.
Oh my God.
I immediately dropped the basket of clothes on the floor and practically levitated up the stairs.
Oof.
Figuratively, I was running so fast it felt like my feet were barely touching the stairs. When I was safely upstairs with the basement door closed and locked, my mind started catching up to what happened. What in the absolute shit was that?
Yeah.
My first thought was a large bird, maybe a bat or something, had somehow gotten into the basement. The problem with that is whatever I saw didn't make a sound. Whatever it was flew straight at me, faster than I have ever seen anything move. Yet nothing hit me. The only sounds were the dryer running, my complete and total panic, and my feet hitting the stairs on the way up. I said earlier that I didn't get a great look at whatever it was, which is true, but what I did see makes no sense to me. It looked like the darkest shadow you could imagine, yet it was shapeless. It almost reminded me of an incredibly dense fog, only it was dark, inky black. I may poke fun at Megan for being a skeptic, and she is welcome to poke fun at me for being a believer as well.
Nah, girl, we're cool. We're cool.
But I am genuinely curious to see what she or you, if you're the one reading this, hi Megan. Nope. Sorry.
Nope. Hi, Aaron.
You got me. You got the believer. Thinks it could have been. I know I started this story with the promise of more experiences, but this email is already way longer than I intended it to be. Long-winded folks unite. Wait a minute. Right. What are you trying to say?
We got no room to talk about. We just Parmesan crisp our way through.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So I will be sure to save those stories for another time. Hopefully I'm cool enough for a nickname like some of the other repeat writers. Hint, hint.
Oh, girl, we got you. We got you. Hold on. I'm thinking about it.
And until next time, stay spooky, Chelsea. Cheers again.
Cheers to Chelsea. She's just cheers to Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's not a repeating word. We got to figure it out.
Well, every time she writes in, we'll say cheers. Cheers to Chelsea.
Cheers, Chelsea. Thank you.
Cheers, Chelsea. Okay, hold on. Well, now I can only think of drinking things. Chug-a-lug, Chelsea. Channel Chelsea.
Okay, now I'll get to debunk.
No, I need to think of a
really
name. Yes, for sure. Our chap Chelsea.
Our chap Chelsea. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay. I love cheers to Chelsea.
Okay.
Like whatever we think about Chelsea, we'll say cheers to Chelsea.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so cheers to Chelsea.
Cheers to Chelsea. Can't wait for another cheers.
She knows. Aaron knows I'm just stalling here. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Oh man. I don't know. Okay. My mind goes to something chemical in the house. Not that you saw something chemical, but that something is affecting your vision or something like that. You're in the basement.
So is the chemical reaction only in the basement?
Yeah, like it could be some sort of mold or some sort of something that is causing you to hallucinate or feel weird things. Or
I feel like you need longer exposure, and she's clearly trying to be down there as little as possible.
I feel like there are some things. I've watched enough sci-fi TV, Aaron.
Now, I will say rotten potatoes have a strong effect immediately, but they'll kill you.
Oh, my gosh.
They'll kill you.
Rotten potatoes.
Rotten potatoes.
Why has this not been like an after-school special?
They're. I think they talk about it on My Favorite Murder, where like a family... What? There was a weird smelling coming down from the cellar.
Oh my gosh.
So the dad went down and then never came back up. And then the mom went down and she never came. Like they one by one kept going down until finally somebody was like, maybe we need to stop going down there. Nobody's coming up or calling back, but like immediately dead.
I am so sad I missed this episode. I definitely did not hear it.
Maybe I dreamt this. I think so.
I mean, that's amazing if it is, because I'm also like, more people should know this.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. I have definitely pulled out a rotten potato before. I'm like, oh, that's gross.
And now every time I do, I'm like, oh, I'm glad it didn't kill me.
Yeah. How does it kill? Like in a small confined area?
Yeah, an unventilated area. Wow. And like I think a lot. I think you'd have to have a lot.
So maybe there was one rotten potato, not enough to kill her. No, but something like that, like a spore of some kind or some sort of, I don't know, something that is creating like this vision or this like a vision impairment, some sort of like weird thing happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that's going on, mixed with the weird window that's underneath the stairwell. I don't know why you'd build a house like that, but
yeah,
whatever. Whoever
doesn't
did that,
seem logical in any capacity, but
strange. But there have been stranger things that have happened.
Oh,
investigate that room that you don't ever want to go in. That's what I would say.
She's gone now.
Well, I go back and I go, can I look in that room? Like, look, I'm removed from it now. I'm going to bring Megan. We're going to go down there. We're going to look at this room. I would bust up in that room. Like,
I
let's
know
go.
you would.
Let's do it.
Oh, I know.
What would happen? What do you think would happen if I busted up in that room?
You'd get haunted. Not right then.
Oh.
It would follow you home.
Oh, like in a scary movie, I'd be like, oh, I'm so
Yeah,
like,
you'd be like,
I'm so
look at this
badass
stupid
and
ghost.
confident, and there's nothing here. And then I get home, and then boom, that's
Cut
when.
to you 6 months later. You're in a closet screaming, and that's how the movie starts.
A lot like the book. I feel like we should write. How we started this
It
podcast.
might be how this book ends. I cannot wait for you to leave so I can keep reading
Gosh,
it.
I'm sorry. I'll get out of your house as soon as I can.
I'm
But you're the one that invited me over.
I'm kidding.
But I do think we should write a book called My Skeptical Sister. But it's going to be a fictional book.
We'll absolutely not commit to this.
It'll be hilarious. I'm going to give the whole thing away right now. You ready?
Okay.
2 sisters start a podcast called My Skeptical Sister.
You're such a nerd.
But it's got a paranormal twist because then all of a sudden, and you're going to love this.
Okay.
The skeptical one is proven wrong by the end of it, and it ends in death. I mean, it's
Oh,
sad.
no, are
it's
you gonna
tragic.
die?
It's going to be me. I'm going to die.
I don't want to write this book.
Oh,
What
it'll
if
be
it
great.
happens?
It'll be great.
Oh, what if isn't
Aaron,
that
okay, again, it's fictional because it's going to be a paranormal death. I
I
already
know.
said that. Those things, 2 things go together.
know,
Fictional, paranormal.
No, I'm telling you, there's some story. What's that story where everything they write starts to actually happen? That's a story
What?
that I've read.
You're bullshitting me right now.
But this
Like,
isn't
for
your
real?
movie. Yeah, somebody out there is listening right now and they know what I'm talking about. Like they're
Like
like,
a true
oh,
story.
No, not a true story.
that's
Some
what I thought you were-
movie.
That's called The Never-Ending Story, Aaron.
I only just watched that and I don't think that's it. No, like they're like, oh, and then so and so died, and then like a week later that person died. And I'm like, that's because you wrote that down in the book, and then it happens. That's a
this is
book.
starting
That's a
to
movie. I
sound
think.
familiar. That's starting to sound familiar. Is that shoot? I feel like I've seen that movie and I
Yeah.
can't think of it.
So I don't want to chance that because then what if
I'm
you?
not worried. I'm not worried at all.
Golly, I
Okay,
am.
but fine. It'll be fine. If you don't want to write a book, just say you don't want to write a book.
I don't.
It's okay.
I did say that when we started this. I said I don't want to write that book.
Okay, fine. I'll respect your boundaries.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. No. Oh, it's my turn again.
Yeah, your turn again.
I'm just sitting here waiting for you to start up. Okay. But wait, as the believer, what did you think it was?
I think it was a demon in her basement.
A demon.
Yeah.
Not even ghost. You're going to go full on demon.
No, I think that's a demon. A
Why?
full,
Why?
super
What makes
dark,
it? What's the difference between a ghost and a demon?
because
The
I
intent.
don't know. I feel like ghosts are just like, oh, I just was once here and now,
Mhm.
maybe there's some anger there. Maybe then you would get a little bit like throwing things.
Well, what if they're just like, I was once here? Why you got to throw
Well,
stuff?
maybe, okay, first of all, if you were kind of a grumpy person before you died, okay, pissed.
Okay.
Second of all, you thought you were going to either be worm food or go off to a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And instead you're stuck in that same house that you were already kind of pissed at. Probably bored. If nothing else, you're bored.
Yeah. I could see like stirring up some trouble.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like that's when you're like, oh, I'm going to knock this off the counter. I'm going to whatever.
Okay. Here's a question for you. Can a living person become a demon, or are they a totally separate entity?
Ooh. Wait, a living person or a once living person?
A once living person. Oh, or a living person. That opens up a door too.
I don't know about that. That sounds weird.
Well, possessed. I mean,
Yeah.
people think of that. But
Right.
like, do you believe in demons being its own thing, or could like me as the grumpy person be like, I died, I get to pick a demon? That's what I want to come back as.
I think it's a different thing.
Okay. Interesting.
And I think it's more about intent. Like they were there to scare.
But they've always been there to scare. They've never been anything else.
What do you mean?
Well, because they're a demon. There was something separate than a ghost.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Interesting.
I think maybe somebody summoned it down in the basement a long time before, or
Summoned it from where?
the depths
Where-
of hell, baby. What do you think? What do you think demons
I
are?
don't know. I'm questioning you. You're the demon expert. I'm asking now.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Maybe somebody lived there before and just had such negative energy that like a demon was attracted to it, and they
Oh.
they
Okay.
got pulled from the depths of hell. I think all demons are
Wow,
going to
this
come from
does
hell.
sound very sci-fi. It's very interesting.
Right. It sounds so scary, right?
It does. It does. I feel like you could write a book.
But it being that, I'm not writing a book. It being that, like that so dark, like the darkest shadow they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then flying right at your head, not as
Yeah.
shapeless.
Yeah.
All of this makes me feel demon.
Okay. Not spores at all. You wouldn't go
No,
there at
I
all.
wouldn't go spores.
Okay.
No spores.
Weird.
Maybe
Okay.
rotten potato, but no spores.
Okay. I'll take rotten potatoes. All right. Story 2. I was at my brother's girlfriend's uncle's house.
My girlfriend's brother's
Uncle's
house.
Anytime you throw more than like one, I'm just gonna be honest, more than one person away, I'm like, oh, you lost me.
Yeah, wouldn't it just be her girlfriend's uncle?
My brother's girlfriend. No.
Oh,
my brother's
I
girlfriend.
swapped this.
Oh, yeah.
My girlfriend's
Now you're
brother. And then I was
confusing
like,
me
well,
more.
they're siblings. Their uncle is the same. Okay, no. Her brother's girlfriend's uncle's house. Why?
Stop.
Okay.
Oh, it's such a good question. Why would that ever happen?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna guess small town.
Okay.
I'm
not judging. I just am legitimately curious.
I just love that. Why? Okay. And then in parentheses, sorry if that's confusing.
Yeah, okay.
Not at all. I don't know why you would think that would be confusing
apology
for us.
accepted. We're moving on.
Okay. It was late at night and we were going back into the city. Ooh, I just remember the story. It's really good.
I'm going to be here all night.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I love it. These are my favorite nights.
Okay. So you say, okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't love them when I edit. But now I'm doing on the weekend. How nice.
Yay. That would be so nice. It was late at night and we were going back into the city to go to a late night movie showing. We drove 2 separate cars. In the first car was me, my brother's girlfriend, and her cousin. And the car behind us was the girlfriend's sister and her best friend.
Okay.
So really all we know is just 2 separate cars. Lots of people in 2 separate cars.
Yeah. We're there. Emily, please still like us.
Please do, because I just, you lost me at brother's girlfriend.
And your story was so good. I can't wait to hear this one.
This one's great.
Okay.
It's just, we're slow. Okay.
We're going on
I'm slow. Okay. The roads out there were very hilly, not necessarily curvy, but there were lots of hills. Surrounding the road was just cornfields. We are driving along when a few hills away, on what looks like the top of a hill, we see a very large object with bright spinning orange lights.
Ooh.
Of course, we assume that it's just a big tractor.
All I can think about are tickle tummy hummies now.
Oh, I know.
Do you think that
anybody else in the world calls them that?
Yeah. Please let us know if anyone has ever called them a tickle tummy hummy. And if you know what we're talking about.
Dorky doodle. She does.
People are like, what's a dorky doodle? Our old babysitter
was named Dorky Doodle. And she used to call
God-given name. That's her birth name.
That was her name. That's what we all called her growing up, Dorky Doodle. And she called them tickle tummy hummies.
Is that where we got it?
That's where we got it from.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry for the detour.
There you go.
Again.
I don't know why that wouldn't make sense to anybody.
Yeah. I bet even if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, now I'll tell you. Just in case. It's like when you go down a dip in the hill and it makes your stomach go loop-de-loo, you know?
Yeah, like I'm going to vomit.
Like a tickle tummy hummy.
Oh, I hated them. Everybody thought they were so fun.
Oh, they're my favorite.
I would need to pull over and vomit every time. Like tickle tummy hummies are the worst.
Yeah, your motion sickness kind of put a damper on a lot of things.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I did love Dorky Doodle. Of course, we assume that it's just a big tractor. We are used to the country, living in Indiana, and we know what the farm equipment looks like at night. Weird that the lights were spinning, but whatever, right? The closer we get, the more we see how big, and that's in capital letters, it really is. It's definitely blocking the entire road and going out into the cornfield on both sides.
Whoa.
Yeah, huge. So we're thinking, how are we going to get around this? We're at the bottom of the hill getting closer, and the thing is huge with these bright spinning lights. And we're all just honestly confused by it. And at this point, still thinking it's some kind of tractor. Huh. We get to the top of the hill where it's supposed to be sitting, and it's just gone. We literally stopped the car on the hill and they stopped behind us too. We called them, freaking out, like, did you see that? They, of course, had seen it too.
Huh.
And like us, were wondering how we were going to get around it. We look around and the night is surprisingly bright with the full moon. We can see the cornfields on either side. There is no sign of any farm equipment nearby. One thing about the tractors is that they move slow.
Oh, yeah. I know those tractors.
So even if it had shut off its lights and drove into a cornfield down the road, we would be able to see that. There was nothing. It's a memory I'll never forget.
Wow.
Literally a UFO.
Oh, that is a literal UFO.
Yeah, it has to be.
So do you think they were like, when they dipped down the hill, they couldn't see it anymore? So when they got up, that's when they were expecting
That's
to
what
see
I'm
it, and it's
picturing.
gone?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, we're going to get on, like, and then the whole time really just anxious about how to get around it.
Right.
And we're going to be stuck here in our movie. Like, they're not thinking anything weird is going on up until.
Other than the fact that it's huge. But
it's just
even
gone.
then, I mean, I don't know where people are listening from, but they have some tractor equipment is wildly big.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very gigantic.
Yeah. So that would still not,
phase you too much.
Right. And even the spinning lights, I would be like, oh, I've just never seen this one. But there are a ton. Like if you live in the country, that would not have been scary.
Right. Right. Until
it just
weird vanished. Which begs the question, UFO or time traveling farmer?
Ooh.
Like, did they accidentally like hit a time loop of like a future farmer?
Yeah.
Maybe not one in the past.
Right.
Because typically when you think of time traveling, you think of somehow going to the past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't ever really go to the future. What if like...
Well, unless you're a big fan of Gravity Falls, because I watched it.
Oh, that cartoon.
I love that cartoon.
Nope, not me. I'm not, surprisingly.
There's a time traveler from the future. But...
yeah, but when you think of a time loop...
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Usually it's like, oh, that must have been a spirit from the past, or that must have been like I'm thinking of that one.
But you're in the past. Like we're living in a universe that's in the past, and this guy's living here, and we're the loop to the past.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That was
I'm with you. I'm corroborating your story.
Oh, thank you. It makes me think of that one that we had in the very beginning where and this story stuck with me. Like I still think about it all the time. Okay. I think it was from another country, Ireland or somewhere, where they went out when it was raining and they saw somebody in chains walking down the street.
Yeah, I remember that too.
That image will pop in my mind often. And that this podcast is the only place I've heard it from.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, that is wild, because how else would you explain that?
Right. I thought you were going to talk about our bro night episode with the guy, because there was like a guy in old timey clothing who was like saying to go a different way. Like maybe he was a time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about time travel. For some reason, I can't wrap my head around it.
The tables do turn.
Well, I really believe in ghosts. It's hard for me to believe in a lot of other things. I really believe in UFOs. I really believe in ghosts. I really believe in most cryptids. Not most cryptids, some cryptids. I don't know. It's a whole big thing to unload. I don't know.
Well, okay. I think like my theory is whatever is presented in front of you, just be a good investigator and don't just take it as what it is. Just investigate it and decide where you stand on it, which I think is okay to do.
For sure. I love that you have nothing to debunk from Emily, and I cannot wait to read her third story.
Good. Yeah, she's good. She's got me. She's got me locked in. Gridlock here.
Good job,
I've got
Emily.
a UFO. Also, have I used the word gridlock? I feel like gridlock is like my new word. I don't know,
but you use it 3 times a night, but not in this podcast.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I feel like maybe just in life, I feel a little gridlocked. But Emily, she's got me. I'm like UFO, as in I can't explain that in the first one. Yeah. And literally I think it might have been a UFO or some sort of weird time loop. And I don't know either. I don't know where I stand on, time travel, being able to time travel seems a little like loop-de-doop-de to me. Like, oh, that would be fun. That could never happen. Okay. But like something shifting in a weird way. Yeah. And accidentally dipping into another time period.
Yeah.
Seems like that might be possible in a weird way.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't know why that seems possible to me, because now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, no, you don't believe in that. What are you trying to impress Aaron with your beliefs?
Where are we right now?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. So that's just, I don't know. It's interesting.
All right. That is very interesting. I don't know where I stand.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to move on to my fan favorite. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, shit, you got one.
Yeah.
I thought it was my week.
No. Remember last week you had to scramble?
Oh, my gosh, girl. We're so good. I have one, too.
Oh, no. You're going to have to
No,
write
that's
them a
fine.
message.
They're fine. They can wait till next week.
So first of all, thank you, Emily and Chelsea, for your stories.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
They were excellent. I love how long they both were.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Mwah.
I can't wait to hear the other one that we've already got Megan
Mhm.
stumped on.
Mm-hmm.
And Chelsea, you sassy person, I love you. Okay, so our fan favorite this week is going to be Mindy.
Oh, yay. I had my eye on Mindy for a while.
I bet you had. Yeah,
Damn it.
Mindy
Okay.
is constantly popping up on our social media.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does she respond a lot on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she has sent some people our way.
Okay, nice.
And
Written some stories.
she's written some stories.
Mm-hmm.
She also posted something on Instagram that was basically like, if you're not listening to my skeptical sister, I don't know what you are doing.
Oh, Mindy.
I know.
That is beautiful. I love it. Thank you.
I
Mindy.
know. It's so nice. It's so helpful. So I told her, I gave her all of her praises. I said, you're amazing. What can we support for you? And she said, she's so excited. I love you all. You make the day so much brighter with all your laughter.
Oh,
Which is, thank goodness, because my goodness, we laughed a lot in this episode.
Shoo-wee. Yeah.
I'm currently trying to expand my photography business, Mindy Addington Photography.
Nice.
And would love to plug that if it's not too selfish. Which, get out of here, girl.
Yeah, be proud of that.
Absolutely.
Let me say this real quickly, because everybody is so kind, and I love that, and I'm not dissing that at all. But when we say let us plug you, we don't necessarily mean a charity. We're saying like that's great if you don't, if that's what you want us to do.
Yeah.
But do not hesitate.
For
When we say we owe you one, we mean we owe you one.
Right.
Let us plug something for you. So
Yeah.
don't you feel selfish. Don't you feel at all that way.
Yeah.
Please, we want to do something because we owe you one.
Yeah.
She gave us props on Instagram. That's
right.
amazing.
If anybody reached out to me and was like, what can I plug? Trust me, people don't have to ask me. I'm constantly like, please listen to my podcast. So Mindy wants to plug her photography business called Mindy Addington Photography.
Mm-hmm.
She says her website is under construction at the moment, but her work is on Facebook and Instagram. So thanks so much for picking me. I'm fangirling over here. So I've seen some of her photography.
I have too.
When Facebook sucked.
Right.
100%.
It's amazing.
And it's beautiful. It is. There's nothing better than knowing a good photographer.
Oh, definitely. And here's my question. Mindy, do you travel?
I know. Mindy is in like the Owensboro area.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure exactly where, but I know she's got a lot of friends from where I used to live. I never got to meet Mindy when I was there, but
I'm just thinking we need a new family portrait.
Oh, yes, that'd be great.
Because we have extra people, like my entire family.
Your entire family.
Yes.
And my youngest and our other sister's youngest.
Yeah, we've got a whole slew of people that were never in those original family photos that we took that are still on Mom and Dad's wall, right next to Aaron and Kevin's beautiful engagement photo. And then there's other sister and brother-in-law and their beautiful engagement photo. And then in the middle, for the longest time, was my glamour shot. Just me, just my glamour shot in that like blossom hat.
Oh my gosh.
Smiling so big.
That is going to be our Instagram post this week when this episode comes out.
And I remember coming home from college. I was like, Mom, I know I'm not married. I know I'm not on the track that everybody else is. I have progressed a wee bit since my freshman year in high school. How about you just take my photo down? Well, I would never just put them up and not have you somewhere on there. I'm like, I don't need to be up there. It's for the couples. It's fine. I'm not a couple. But listen, Mindy, I'm a couple now. So I need you to come and take a picture of my husband and I apparently wearing white collared shirts because that was going on in those pictures back in the 90s. It was their jam.
Oh, 90s. It was early 2000s.
Back in the early 2000s, that was the jam back then.
Oh,
so, yeah, I guess that's what we'll go.
Maybe we just get 3 new shots of the couples.
Oh, now we're talking.
That sounds great. But also of all the new people in our family.
Yes. And then one giant picture of, golly, our family is
Yeah.
big.
It's really nice to know we're all done. Like,
Yes,
this is
thank
our
God.
family until,
Yeah, until grandbabies.
Until the next generation.
Until one of the grandkids gets knocked up.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you who I got my money on.
Oh, no. It better not be my kid. I mean, unless it's several years down the road. Okay, anyways, it's time to wrap this up. This was a fun night.
Yes, it is.
So if you want to go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, you can find a place to write in. You can find out about our merch, which is stickers and magnets at the moment. You can find our P.O. box, which, speaking of,
Okay.
we have our first unboxing.
Shut up.
We got something in our P.O. box.
Up. I forgot we had a P.O. box.
We do. We have one.
My gosh, Aaron, who is this from?
I've had it since Saturday. It's now Tuesday.
My face is getting bright red. Who is this from?
Presents.
Are these mugs?
Listen,
what's happening?
Listen,
Okay.
I love presents so much, and I have not opened this. I only cut this so it wouldn't be loud for the
Aaron Taylor. What did we get? They look like mugs. I'm gonna guess mugs.
Who is this from? Angie.
Oh, they got to be cups. Mugs of some sort. Angie, thank you. Oh my gosh.
I have no idea if you have mine and I have yours or not, but here we go.
Angie, you are so up my alley, girl. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. It's so exciting. Oh my gosh, are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's so cute.
Look at that. I'm real. It's Bigfoot.
Oh, mine's a little ghost with feet, and it says la 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 la.
Oh my God, these are adorable. Oh, mine says la 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 on the back.
They're so beautiful and sparkly.
They are. These are little wine. We're drinking out of these every night.
I love it.
These are our drinks. Our drink, like this is it. This is so.
I'm trying to say cups.
Yeah, I think I am. These are like our official every like recording night.
Oh, that sounds perfect. And we got little stickers inside. You know, I love stickers.
Oh my gosh. Look what this woman did. Be positive. A little alien. Look, where did she get these badass stickers? Beauty and brains. Beauty or brains is a zombie. Love. Oh, these are amazing.
I know. Isn't that cool?
God, I feel like I don't have to hide all this from anybody that lives in my house. Nobody gets to touch this but me. Oh my gosh, Angie, that is the sweetest. If you weren't already fan favorite, you'd be mine next week. I bumped that other person. I kid other person.
Oh, Angie, these are so cool. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
Yeah, I've made it part of my little routine. On Saturdays, I go pick up my groceries and I run by the post office, and to get something, I was like,
I can't imagine that. But I'm gonna have to start going earlier on Saturday.
There you go. It was very exciting. So thank you so much, Angie.
This is so fun. Thank you so much. I love it. Love it.
I love it too. So fun. All right. So if you want to find our P.O. box, that is on our website under contact. And that's also where you could write in, or you could write us in at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can also rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and you can now rate on Spotify, which I don't want to throw y'all under the bus, but we have over 700 people in our Facebook group.
What?
Which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 129 reviews. Not that I know.
Assholes.
Not that I know, but if everybody went on.
Not that we check daily.
And it's been 129 for a while. I'm just saying, if you all got on there, it'll take you 2 seconds. Rate, review, subscribe, and then, boy, our numbers will pop up. You don't even have to listen to us.
Here's the thing, people.
Although if you're not listening to us, you didn't hear this.
Oh.
Okay, sorry. Here's the thing.
If you're friends with the person who thinks that they're listening, or like who claims they're listening to us, but they never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Call those assholes.
It's my new drunk thing where I'm like, let me just see your phone real quick, and then I just go in. I'm kidding. I never.
We karaoke that Saturday night. Erin tried to plug us at the end of our karaoke, and I would not let her. We say, hold on for one more day. And
did I sing it with you? Oh, no.
You, me, Mary, Debbie, all of us were up there.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Yep. That happened.
Okay.
And then at the very end, you were like, and we have a podcast. And I like grabbed the microphone out of here. I was like, absolutely not. That will not happen. We are not going to be those people.
I don't even remember doing the karaoke. So,
well, and that's the point. Neither would anybody in that room other than like, what the fuck? Like, no. Mm-mm.
Fine. Okay.
No,
so
but I love your enthusiasm. But here's what I will say. Angie, Mindy, all of our past favorite. You never know who's going to make us big. Who's going to do it? Who's going to pass our name to Ron Perlman and make us famous? You just don't know. It could be you. So just put us out there. And then if you do, we'll give you a job on our podcast.
There you go.
We don't know what you're going to do yet.
Do you want to edit podcasts? I will let you do that for us.
There you go. For free. If you'd like to.
I will give you the honor.
We love you so much that we would let you edit our podcast for free.
I'll let you work 3 hours a week. Totally unpaid.
Yeah, that's how much we love you. You're the best fan favorite ever. Whoever you are.
I'm the fan favorite.
Oh, you will be my favorite.
Just kidding.
That would be hilarious. Shit, I wish you wouldn't have said that. I should have totally done that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
It is. We're going to wrap this up.
Come on, we're professional. Let's do
Mindy,
this.
thank you so much for being an awesome fan and for supporting us. And we hope that you see your numbers jump from Mindy Addington Photography.
Oh, definitely. And come take our picture.
Yes, please. That'd be amazing. Yeah. Next time you're in Louisville, just plan an extra hour or two.
Uh-huh.
And Angie, thank you so much for our beautiful gifts. It is so cool.
Them. Love them.
Yeah, we'll take a picture and post them on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all very much, and we will talk to you next week.
Farewell.
La 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 la.
I'm going to like no sleep and wine. That's a bad combination. Let's see how I can do this. Okay. I don't know why I whispered that. You could have just edited that. Like all of a sudden, shh, am I going first? Also, that was my elbow. That was not a fart. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it at all.
I'm like, oh, man. Here, clean out my ears real quick before I read this book.
How long is it?
That's what she said. Okay. You gotta stop.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Story 2. Stop.
I didn't even giggle.
I know. I felt like you had one in there.
Oh my gosh. I didn't do anything. I just took a drink of my beer.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure you're ready. I've been ready.
Okay.
Born ready. Okay. Stop. That's my elbow again. Just kidding. I don't like 100%. But just want to make you laugh. Okay. Did I start yet?
No idea.
I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh gosh.